Yeah. Shall I move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Doctor, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
You want
You're
me
audible.
to earphone or am I audible? Is it quite clear?
You're audible, ma'am. You can start.
Okay then. So, Namaskaram, ellarigu. Matrudevo bhava, Pitrudevo bhava, Acharya devo bhava, Atiti devo bhava. Yes. So I bow down to my Matru, who has given me such a very great opportunity to talk to this lecture today, and also to all the great teachers and my great guru who has rendered this divine knowledge of both astrology and Ayurveda. Please, doctor. Move on. Next. Doctor, next slide. Can you move? Yeah, please. So, there's a saying in Kannada, Uppiginta ruchi illa, taiginta bandhuvilla. A wonderful saying that goes, wherein Kashyapa Maharshi and other munis have stressed this very strongly in Ayurveda. The meaning goes like this, there is no taste, of the food without the salt. Similarly, there is no, the great relationship or a bondage or a selfless love and service that can be rendered by a mother. It can be compared to anything else in the world. Why is it said so? Is it the simply said, or is it really has got a very great importance? Yes, both Ayurveda and astrology tells it has got its own importance. Next, please. Ayurveda, aims at swasthasya swasthya rakshanam, aturasya roga prashamanam. This aim accepts even in the Garbhini Paricharya also, wherein nowadays, the Garbhini or a pregnancy has become a pathology. They take over care and over consciousness and etc. and other aspects, but that is not true. It is a simple physiological condition. So she has to be swasthya or healthy. So that swastha health should be maintained. Only if some problem occurs to a pregnant lady, then some, care should be really given. Otherwise, it smoothly goes with the proper health care. So, when such is a condition, it is the same rules that applies at the proper ahara, that is a food style, and then proper vihara, the lifestyle, and the vichara, the mental status also counts a lot in a pregnant lady, and paramarsha, that is at the end, the consultation with the right doctor also plays an important role. Next, please. We have got, a beautiful explanations that's been said in Ayurveda. The Masanumasika Ahara Charya or the dietetic regimen is been advised, and Garbhodghatakara Bhava, that means what dravyas and her lifestyle can damage the fetus or the garbha, and Garbhasthapaka Bhavas. So what lifestyle and what type of ahara or the food style really can help the fetus to grow in a much healthier way is also been explained in detail in Ayurveda. The next. Yeah, we have got a very great Rishi Munis, which we really got to remember them today and bow down to them. Charaka Maharshi, Sushrutacharya, Vagbhatacharya, Kashyapa Muni, who gives more importance to the fetus or, the development of a child, and even the Haritha Muni have explained in detail all these aspects. Next. So let us bow down to them. And now a question here is the Garbhini Paricharya in comparison with the astrology and Ayurveda. So where this word astrology came from in Ayurveda? Yes, we do have got reference in Ayurveda. It is, in the beginning stage itself, wherein they were explaining the Sadhya Roga Lakshanas, Ayurveda explains Graheshu Anuguneshu. Okay, so where, in the Sadhya Roga Lakshana, where the diseases can be easily curable. So in such contexts, it has been explained Graheshu Anuguneshu. When there is a support of the grahas or the planets, the disease becomes easily curable, is being explained. Then in Ashtanga Sangraha also, it's been explained very neatly. When he is explaining about, the Roga Anutpadaniya Adhyaya, where the prevention of the diseases, he tells many things like Nidhana Parivarjanameva Chikitsa, we got to avoid the certain causes of a disease and such other aspects. Last but one line he tells, Pratikula Graha Archanam. So why did our Acharya said this word? The Pratikula Graha, those planets which are not, the supportive also should be done the archana or the worshipping is been mentioned very clearly. So there is a role of the 9 planets that's been explained even Ayurveda. And when the chikitsa aspect comes, in Vimanasthana, Daiva Vyapashraya Chikitsa is been said, and along with that, in the present day, this has become a most, the important scenario in the COVID time, especially, he tells in the Vishama Jwara, where there is the repeated fever is been coming up. So in such conditions, in Charaka Chikitsa Sthana, this has been explained that, the Vishnu Sahasranama Parayana is been explained in Vishamajvara. So this is from the Charaka reference. And even in Sushruta, when he is explaining about the Unmada and Apasmara, that is about the, insanity and then the epilepsy, that is fits condition and disturbed mental status. There a word comes, Navagraha Homa should be done using the Gayatri Mantra, and only in Brahmi Muhurta. Please note, very, very important, when the Daiva Vyapashraya Chikitsa is been adopted or done, it should be done in the Brahmi Muhurta with the Gogrutha is been explained. So there the Dalhanacharya, that is the commentator of Sushruta Samhita, explains, what are the Navagrahas? So there he explains, Surya, Chandraha, Bhaumaha, and Buddhaha, Guruhu, Shukraha, etc. is been very beautifully explained about all the 9, the Iti Navagraha is been mentioned by Dalhanacharya. Tells that even our acharyas were knowing about the Navagrahas and the study of the planets. Next, doctor, please. Yeah, so now, I have also taken this reference, which I have not put up the shloka of the astrology. There is a book called as, Jataka Phala Sarodharaha. So whatever the shloka that has been explained, in Ayurveda, the Pratame Mase Kalalam Jayate, the same concept of the shloka is being explained with the 9 planets that are responsible in the 9 months. So, now starting with the first month, we know that it is explained in Ayurveda Kalalam Jayate, wherein the modern concept also tells it will be in a liquid state in the first month, and the planet responsible set is the Shukra Graha or the Venus. So, I think everything has been put up in the slide very clearly, just with one single word which can be known and, to remember in a much better way. So, the Shukra Graha or the Venus is also considered as a liquid planet, and is responsible for all types of different liquids in the body. So the Shukra Graha is being said as responsible in the very first month. So please observe the diet that's been explained in the first month. Also more of the liquids like the kshira, then the coconut water or the narikelodaka, and even the ganji, the rice ganji and all is being explained, which helps in the rapid cellular growth of the the fetus that's been upcoming. Next, please. And in the second month, it is, astrology explains it is the Kujagraha, Mangala or the Mars is responsible. And see, it is said as Ganaha Sampadhyate Pindaha. So the Pinda or which is in a liquid state starts becoming the solidified. So the modern concept also tells the solidification takes place and the slow improvement of the Peshi and the Arbuda starts forming. Astrology explains this is because of the Ushnatva. See, Atyanta Ushnagraha is Kuja. So the because of the Ushnatva of the Kuja in the Garbha or the responsible person as a responsible Graha, the liquid state starts becoming more solidified. Probably that is the reason, why our acharyas have also explained, Madhura and Shitavirya Dravyas to be added in the second, or the Eshtimadu Kshirapaka, which is a Madhura and Shitavirya Dravya, or even the Shweta Chandana Kshirapaka is being explained so that the Ushnatva doesn't increase in the Garbhashaya and it need not, or it should not lead to the, the abortion or the miscarriage. Next, please. And in the third month, it is the Jupiter that is responsible. So here, the Jupiter is considered in astrology as the Jiva Karaka. So slowly the Jivatma starts entering inside. And the Panchada Pitta Rupaha Prarohanti. So it's been said that, the 5 forms are formed, that is Dve Saktini, Dve Bahu, Ekam Shiraha starts forming, or the development of the limbs also starts occurring. So here he now starts, explaining the additional one by one, the dravyas to be added more in a Garbhini Charya. That is along with the milk, even the grutha and honey is been explained, and the pongal or the rice, it's a khichdi, the rice preparation that's been prepared with the rice, and the moong dal is also been explained, which helps in the further metabolism and the growth of the fetus. There is a very beautiful correlation which I want to do it here again. The yellow color is been represented for the Guru Graha or Jupiter in astrology. So here what he explains about the ghee, honey and the moong dal, they're all into the yellow color only. Here the moong dal, I doesn't mean it is a green gram, yes, but generally for the pongal, the one that is used is after the skin is removed, and then the half dal which has been taken will be used for the khichdi. So along with this, even the Shatavari and then the Sariva Kshira Paka can be taken, is been added. Next. In the 4th month, it is said that yes, Ravi Graha is responsible, or the sun. So Anga Pratyangaha Vibhagaha is been said, or Sthiratvam Garbhaha. So the development of the fetus starts improving through the development of the bones and also the central nervous system. So now please see here, even in astrology, the Asti Karaka, or the responsible Graha which is responsible for the bones is being said as the sun. So in the Jataka, generally the people who gets afflicted with the repeated bone complaints or early osteoporosis, we generally see them, the Ravi Graha is been afflicted with Rahu and Ketu, or with Shani and Kuja also, which makes the bone weaker much earlier. Okay, of course, apart from the food style and the lifestyle, whatever the lady has been led, but otherwise we can see clearly that this has been explained in astrology. So coming to the food aspects in Ayurveda, along with the Kshira, please see more of the white content is been explained, that is butter in more quantity to be taken. Then, of course, Shishtika Shali, not exactly white in color, but of course, the more of a Shali, and even the curds is being explained, and the white and the sweet pumpkin. And of course, Sushrutacharya mentions here the MAMSA rasa also to be added, because for the central nervous system, once it starts developing, it requires that healthy cholesterol which is needed for the further brain development. So this can be added. Otherwise, even the healthy cholesterol or the Medas Amsha that is present in the curds, milk and the butter should definitely help for the improved or the excellency in growth in the central nervous system, and even for the strengthening of the bones. Next, please. Yeah, here this, always a very common Viva question for the students too here. It's said as Panchame Manaha. So in the 5th month, it has been explained that in astrology, the moon is responsible. So Ayurveda tells it is Panchame Manaha, and also Mamsa Shonita Upachayaha. Okay. So here again, along with the rasa, which is a snigdhamsha required for the brain development. The Harita Muni explains here to take the payasam, or it is a sweet preparation which is prepared with the jaggery and then the khanda sharkara. Even in the Vedas also explain Chandrama Manaso Jataha. So the Manas is being originated from the Chandra or the moon. And that's the reason why even in astrology, where the Chandra is placed called as a Rashi, and the puja or the Homa Havana or whatever has been done is only for the Rashi and then the Nakshatra or the star, but not for the Lagna or the first house of a Jatakam, which is responsible for the body. Because if Manas becomes more stronger, anything achievement would always be possible. So a pregnant lady who is expecting her child to be more sweet and nice in nature, so Ayurveda tells for them the payasa should be taken, but here, more of the because of in the present day, because of the more tastier foods, chemical foods that has been available outside, just because a lady cannot take an exception, because I'm a pregnant, I can eat whatever I like. And if she goes for more of a junk fried and a lot of other spicy food, and later she cannot expect her child to be something like that, what she really wishes for or what she really wants for. So that's the reason why the Ahara Charya is being given a very great importance in our Ayurveda. And yes, Panchame Manaha. And yeah, one more point here is again Shunita Upachayaha. So for a healthy blood, in astrology also, it is the moon who is responsible. And when does the blood get afflicted? When it's been combined with the Kuja and Rahu Ketu. So the Kuja or the Mangala Graha who is responsible for all the Ushna Tikshna and then the spicy food and fried food. So when such food are taken more, definitely the manas also gets afflicted, agitated and irritated, and it also affects the rakta, is what is explained in astrology. And here too, in the 5th month, our acharyas have also explained to give more strength for the brain, more of cholesterol, the healthy cholesterol for the brain, and also more of sweetness to have a sweet manas for the child. Next, please. And now going for the 6th month, in astrology, it has been said that, the Shani is, the Saturn planet is responsible. So Bala Varna Upachayaha and Mamsa Adhikyata starts, and Ayurveda tells the Shashte Buddhi has been explained, and development of the hair and the nails starts growing in the fetus. So the last trimester of the last month of the 2nd trimester. So here, I was really surprised to see this very strong correlation between the Ayurveda and astrology. In astrology also, the Saturn is responsible for the nails and the hair. So when the Saturn is placed in a very beautiful position, in a good position in the astrology, such people generally will have a very beautiful hair. So, but if he's been afflicted very badly, definitely their buddhi gets also afflicted. So when the Chandra and Shani is been tied up, we tell some people, he's the one who is always silent. He's the one who doesn't speak at all. Yeah, but it will be his basic nick, which we have to understand. It is because of the Saturn that's been afflicting the Chandra or the Manas. So it is a whole and soul responsibility of a lady to take a good food at this time, and also to keep the Saturn Graha in an excellent way. I think these points are all not explained in Ayurveda, maybe because, this is a very big field. Astrology is a very big field and emotion, just like Ayurveda. So probably the extra training was given for the Ayurveda Vaidyas who are willing, or rather who really have to learn the astrology as a separate entity and use it as and when required. It is not that we got to use astrology point in all and every aspect. Suppose a lady in her Vruddhavastha comes as a knee pain, immediately a very simple common diagnosis would be Sandhivata. So a very common one. So I did not see her Jatakam to see why, she has developed a pain. So such was the condition in the ancient time, and that's why the Ayurveda Pandits were also said as an astrologers, and probably they were using this divine knowledge to guide the Garbhini and to guide the other diseases as and when required. Otherwise, not as a business that has been occurring in the present day. So, and we also can see when the Shani is, or the Saturn is more predominant in Jataka, why I'm stressing here is the Bala Varna Upachayaha is being explained. So, generally they will be quite dark in color, and they will be quite thin also. We have seen people telling, see, when I was born also I was thin, in childhood, in teenage, after 3 children also I am in this old age also I am thin only. We have heard such people telling. So that's because the Shani will be more predominant in them. Coming to the Ahara, that's the reason why, it's not that to keep up the Saturn in a right condition, but not to have a bad effect of the Saturn, or if there is bad effect of the Saturn, to overcome that. So the more of the, the milk and the milk products as curds, butter has been explained to take it more in quantity along with the other normal diet. But of course, yes, the more of sweets which are made out of the unsaturated fat, and, kachori, samosa and all also contains cholesterol or, oil substance, which I think is definitely wrong, because the unsaturated fat can definitely affect the Garbhini to put on weight and can lead to, gestational diabetes and other conditions. But the healthy ones that's been made at home, is always healthy. Yes. And here the Kshirapaka is being changed, which I would definitely like to stress more scientifically, the GOKSHURA Kshirapaka and PUNARNAVA Kshirapaka. So we all know the GOKSHURA and PUNARNAVA or the Mutrala and then Shotahara. So when a baby starts getting on weight and a lady also starts putting on weight, there may be a more pressure on her, and the lymphatic system gets altered, or the more of Pada Shota can occur, and she can even land up in the hypertension. So simple Gokshura Kshirapaka, which helps in the easy, the excess removal of the water from the body as a Mutra Dravya, should definitely, stabilize this condition or the problem. And why the MUSTA Kshirapaka? See, it's not that all Kshirapaka should be given in all the conditions. Why they have given so many options? It depends on the yukti of a Vaidya to decide and then to give it to a specific lady's condition as per the requirement. So suppose if somebody is weak with the GIT, and if a pressure has been put on the rectum, and if she is landing up with the Atisara, we call it as a Garbhini Atisara, which is quite normal. So in such condition, instead of these Thambakas or anything else, so the Musta, which is the Deepana, Pachana and the Grahi, is being explained here, and Musta Kshirapaka can be advised to such lady. Otherwise, not all are required. Okay, next please. Yeah, again in the 7th month, I don't know, every time I got to, study both of them and started comparing, I was really getting stunned that, is our divine knowledge so, so beautiful that we can really combine, learn them and start adopting for our, at least the upcoming younger generations to be more healthier and more divine. In the 7th month, the first month of the last trimester, it has been said in astrology as the Buddha or the Mercury is responsible. And yes, we all know Sarvanga Sampurnaha Pushyati, and the complete nervous system is formation takes place with the complete skin development. So starts developing. So here, again in astrology, a person who has got a skin problem, see, this is where again the Daiva Vyapashya Chikitsa is required. So it has been said that the Buddha, when afflicted with the Kuja, he is an enemy, or the Mangala Graha, or the Mars, or Buddha when afflicted with Rahu and Ketu, they get generally the skin problem. See, so in the 7th month, the Mercury is explained, and the development that's been said also gets correlated very well, and even the nervous disorder. So the people who get the Alzheimer's disease or the Parkinson's syndrome at the fag end of their life, generally their Buddha will be afflicted. Why? The Buddha is also said as Buddhi Karaka, and if they have used their Buddhi too much, throughout their life, how much ever, that is the reason why, Hita book, Kruta book and Mita book is been explained. It is not only for the Ahara, but even it is for the Charye. If we have used our intelligence in a very over way, definitely anyone tends to become disturbed with the brain and the nervous system. So a lady also got to take care, when the nervous system and the skin on the Sampurna, Sarvanga development is been going on, the Gruta and the Gruta Mandha is been explained in Ayurveda. Along with that, yes, it is from the 7th month, it is explained that the Yavagu of all the pulses, the Moong Dal, the Tur Dal, and the more of the different types of Dal of Yavagu, or it's also a liquid preparation that's been prepared by pounding the pulses and then boiling with water, and a simple, dravyas of Katur Rasa like Trikatu or salt, a simple Grutha can be added to that and taken is being advised. Next, please. Yes, doctor, next slide. Yeah, now in the 8th month, it is Ojis Anavastitaha is been explained. If that that problem doesn't happen, then it is the Sthiri Bhavati is being explained. So here, again, the last trimesters plays a very important role for the good muscular bulk of a child. So the MAMSA Rasa can be added again, and with all other milk and the milk product that's been explained, along with the pulses and the cereals also should be started taking more and more by a pregnant lady. And in astrology, again, it has been explained, Adhana Lagna is responsible. See, in the right corner of a slide, I have not put up any planet here at all. They don't know what Graha is responsible in the 8th month, wherein the full development of a fetus is there, but Ayurveda explains Ojas Anavastita. So the Ojas or the essence of all the Saptadhatus, to explain it in a simpler way, which I have to tell, when there is an exchange from the child and the mother and from the mother to a child, if any complication occurs, either there will be a fetal death or a problem can also be to a mother, so or to a pregnant lady. So probably I that's what I just felt. That's the reason why Adhana Lagna is been said responsible in the 8th month. It is because no planet is being said here is only the reason. This planet is at the time of the conception. So when the Shukra Shonita Samyoga occurs at the time of the fetus, what time is there? And at that time, what Rashi is there among the 12 houses? And among that Rashi, which planet is more predominant as a Lagnadipati? That is called as Adhana Lagna. So Ayurveda astrology also doesn't tell any, because nobody knows at what time exactly the conception has. This is what is called as Niyati or the divine. So when everything is fine, suddenly Ojas Anavastita can happen, and we see the lady landing up in problem. Or most of the cases, yes, it's successful, and we can have a good result too. So when such is a condition, it has been explained here, all the Navagrahas should be, mantra should be recited. I will explain that in the last part of the slide. So further, in this, the Charaka and then the Sushruta stresses more here on the Asthapana Basti and Anuvasana Basti. So what is that? It is a decoction enema if required. That's all. Otherwise, just the plain Anuvasana Basti should definitely help the lady. But why? Is the next question. So we all know that Apano Apanagaha. So Apana Vayu is responsible for the Mutra, Shakrat, and even the Vata and then Garbha Nishkramana Kriyaha. So even for the fetus, for the movement or for the free delivery, it is the Apana Vayu, healthy Apana Vayu is responsible for the free delivery or for an easy delivery. So it is said that just an oil enema or the Anuvasana Basti should help the Vata to move down. The Adogata of the Vata Anulomana should happen, and it helps in the easy delivery. Next, please. Now, in the 9th month and the 10th month, it is again explained only the last 2 grahas, that is Ravi Graha and then the Chandra Graha. So, Garbha adaha apadhyate. So the child will start, the fetus will start becoming more hungry and then the thirsty. So it is again one of the Graha. Raja is a sun, or the king among all the planets is a sun, because we all know the planets move around the sun, and the sun is said as the Raja Graha even in the astrology. He is also a very graha, as we all know. So the complete development of a child occurs, and the child will start developing more hungry, more thirsty. This movement and this changes in a fetus can also disturb the lady, wherein here she requires more of the Garbhastapaka Dravyas, and then also the mind-pleasing Dravyas, for her not to get stressed out and not to have a premature delivery. So what is that? The Kshirapaka, the milk boiled with the Dravyas like Vidari and Shatavari and the Brahmi. See, Vidari, Shatavari and all are more Balya and Brahmana. So again in astrology, the dear colleagues and friends, we see that when sun is more predominant in a Jataka, that person will be very thin, because the sun of his Tikshnata will be eating the Dhatus only. Okay, or because of that, his metabolism will be very good and he will be thin only. So here the lady should not become thin, or she should not get panicky, or she should not get disturbed, which can lead to a premature delivery and cause a problem for both for a fetus and the mother. So that's the reason why the Brahmana Dravyas like Vidari, Shatavari, and the Brahmi Kshirapaka, which can also calm her, the mind or the manas, is being explained. And Shatavari, we all know, yes, we start also preparing the lady to become a mother, which is the Stanya, which starts helping in more of the improvement of the Rasa Dhatu so that she can feed her child with a very good, healthy milk. So here also, see, here they have not stressed about the Asthapana Basti in the 9th month, but only the Anuvasana or the Taila or oil enema. If not possible, at least just a Yoni Pichu or just a tampon or that is a cotton dipped in the oil and should be kept in vagina should also help the Apana Vayu to move down and help her in the easy delivery. Next, please. Yeah. So now in the last month, again, once the 9th month is totally completed, it is again, astrology tells the Chandra is responsible. This is where, the more climax of the pregnant, after the 9th month is over, the climax of the pregnant lady occurs. Which child can I have, whether it's a male or a female, or what type of a child, what is the fairness, all this anxiety increases in her, astrological because of the moon again responsible, Chandrama Manaso Jataha. So we have got the 27 to 28 day cycle into 10 months. So this is a period, that is how they counted. It is 270 to 280 days. So in such condition, now the baby is ready for the delivery. So when the baby gets more agitated and irritated and yes, I just want to come out, she starts developing pain and, the procedure of the delivery takes place. So in this condition, yes, Ayurveda stresses here. Again, the two most important points, this is one of the most important and lovely topic which I really love in Ayurveda is Sadapatya. Okay, so the Dharima and the Amalaki, Dadima, that is pomegranate, and the Amalaki, both of them said as Sadhapatya and an excellent Rasayana, and also Hrudya, the Dadima, which has been explained, should be given more for the pregnant lady. Surprisingly, people ask to take the fruits and vegetables. Ittin boda, attin boda, eno problem agbidalva. Is there no side effects? Surprisingly, but when people are more towards the, we are not against allopathy, but when they're taking more of the chemicals, they're really not worried. Okay, so this fruits and vegetables is being given by the Almighty Lord for the people. Okay, for their health. So definitely one should know at the right time what should be taken and should be maintained in a very good condition. Yes, please. So yeah, this is a very common explanation that's been said in modern concept also, that excess of salt, sour and spicy should be avoided, and hot and pungent food and which is heavy for digestion, deep fried and untimely food should be avoided by a lady, and the most important is food should never be taken. This is for everybody, and the most is with even the Garbhini also. Food should never be taken with the hurry, worry and angry. Yes, please. Yeah, here I would like to add little extra point, the Manasika Charye that has been explained by Shushruthacharya. So I don't know, I'm grateful to my guru and my professor, Dr. M. Ramesh, after seeing my slides and the explanation, he said, yep, Doctor, why don't you please add this extra points? I just felt this is so true. In the present day, all are worried. After the child is born, why my child is like that? She doesn't listen to me, etc., etc. But does any Garbhini really thought of giving a training or a better lifestyle, and the food style when the child is inside? So I just added this slide, and I'm grateful to Guru always giving this extra knowledge to us. So he tells, the Sushrutacharya explains to all of us, it is the Garbhini Prathama Divasat Prabrutihi. See, from the day one, once she comes to know that she is pregnant, yes, how she has to be. Malina Vikruta Gatrani na sparshet. Okay, it is not only touching. in turn, definitely, the fetus will get afflicted. So with that, the last line also goes like this, udvejaniyaha na chaha kataha, etc., etc. So the lady also should follow very strictly, more of the fasting or not taking food at all, because most of the maximum number of ladies in the present day go for a work, which is definitely not good, and always in some grief and anger due to work pressure or at home, or using harsh words, or doing some violent activities just because she has to be, more of in a healthier way, in a different way. So, or going alone to different places and all is definitely not advisable. Okay, so this afflicts the lady very badly. So you wish to beget an excellent child in an excellent way, and one got to lead life like that accordingly. So next, doctor, please. Coming to the last part of the, this slide. I don't have much here to tell, just for you to remember. I am just telling this once again. They need not recite a very great big mantras. At least the simple ones, this chart can be remembered. In the first month, the Shukra is responsible. So, Om Shukraya Namaha. Even if they're working people also, just 11 times, morning and evening. This basic concept that has been explained, and this can be adopted by any Ayurvedic Vaidya, whoever is seeing, or whom we know that our cousins and friends are pregnant, can definitely advise this. Okay, so astrology tells here, when such grahas, if afflicted in the Jataka in that month, also gets corrected. So this divine knowledge of our, along with Ayurveda, this astrology should never be wrong. See, I also accept, let us not fall for the astrology as in the present day that's been made a business, or the marketing mafia. I don't definitely wish for that. Our acharyas have never said also for that. But using this one simple knowledge and helping a Garbhini to recite this should definitely help the Garbhini to have a betterment of a life and a fetus. So in the second month it is Kuja. So Om Bhumhaya Namaha or Om Kujaya Namaha. Then Guru in the third month. So Om Bruhaspati Namaha or Om Gurave Namaha is also acceptable. And in the fourth month it is a Ravi, I have said. So Om Suryaya Namaha. And the Chandra, the moon. So Om Somaya Namaha. And the Shani in the sixth month. Om Shanaishcharaya Namaha. See, it is not Shanischara, okay? It is Shanaihi Charaha. That is Shanaishcharaya Namaha. So the Shani or the Saturn planet we see, once he sits in one Rashi, he takes 2.5 years in the same Rashi. So only after 2.5 years, he moves for the next Rashi. So Shanaihi Charaha, he's very slow in his movement. That's why he's called as Om Shanaihi Charaha. And the Buddha, Om Budhaya Namaha. That is Mercury. And in the 8th month, as no graha is being explained, it is only the Adhana Lagna. So all the Navagraha mantra, like Om Namah Suryaya, Chandraya, Mangalaya, Budhaya Cha, Guru Shukra, Shanibhyascha, Rahave Ketave Namaha. See, this simple mantra in a very sweet, melodious voice for her own self, with more breathe in and breathe out, more relaxed way. Should definitely help the Garbhini also, and I think definitely yes, the fetus will definitely be very happy with a very melodious tune, and the harmony between the mother and the child should be an excellent way. Okay, and in the 9th month it is again Om Suryaya Namaha, as the sun is responsible, and in the last 10th month when the moon is become responsible again, it is Om Somaya Namaha, can be repeated. And after this reciting at least 11 times, okay, if she's got more time, definitely 27 times is also acceptable, and better morning and evening. And after this, we can just advise her to sit for a while in silence and just take few deep breaths. And this should definitely, help to decide herself, like Chitta Vritti Nirodha, as it is said in yoga also, what she really want to take, what she doesn't want to take, and accordingly she can help her fetus to have a good development, to have a healthy development. And this is what I feel the Ayurveda can give an excellency of a child with the Swara, Varna, Prabha, medha, all that what has been explained in Ayurveda can definitely be given as an excellent, precious gift for a child. Next, please. Yeah, so coming for the conclusion, we all know it is not only for a Garbhini, Ahara turns into Ahara Rasa, and this is where the Manava Arogya is being maintained, and that's why it is said as Annam Brahma. So that's where the shloka also goes before we all take the food. So Brahmanam Brahma Havihi. So it is only the Brahma who is taking that food. It is a Brahma who has given the food, and the feed what we are giving is also for the Brahma. So whatever we eat turns into our own self and the Brahma itself. And of course, in detail, the more of the Vichara, the Vihara and the Vichara can be explained in detail in the later upcoming sessions if we really require, or we all know the other activities as such. A lady should not run very fast, a lady should not travel in a very fast vehicle. Apart from such other things, a simple slow walking and other activities and the mental thoughts which I have already said, to leave all the other Arishad Vargas of the mind and keeping it in a more calmer way, more happier way, more positive way, should definitely beget such child only always. Right, next please. Yes, and that's why, after winning over the Ravana, the Sri Rama tells, Janani Janma Bhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi. So it is a Janani, a mother is considered much more greater, to the heights than the Swarga or the heaven or even Janma Bhumi or our own mother land and mother place, and a mother always takes the priority. The Gariyasi, they stand up in the heights always in all the hearts. So I wish, with this, let me end up with this quote of the Ramayana, that we all bow down to our mothers today, that we are grateful for begetting us all the 9 months and helping this Jivatma, our Jivatma, to fulfill all our karmas. And let us also help our further upcoming generation, to give a better child, the healthier child, the excellency of a child, the divine child to this world, and to realize the truth of the humankind, what Ayurveda has explained, that, it is always the dharma, artha, kama, and the moksha. So it is all the duty of we Ayurvedic Vaidyas who should follow this and who should give this divine knowledge to the public and make them so also to walk in this divine path. So I think I should let me conclude with this. I again bow down to my Matru and to my Guru and to all the teachers once again. Thank you one and all to all of you, and to the organizers, Dr. Saurabh, Dr. Nitin, and to Tadvidya Sambhasha team for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, ma'am. It was a wonderful session and very knowledgeable and very interesting also. Delegates, if you have any queries, you can drop in the comment box. It will be clarified. Ma'am.
Yes, please.
From Keshav, the concept of Bali in the 8th month and its importance.
Bali?
In the 8th month.
What is exactly Bali?
I think saying about Ojas stability.
The Ojas instability. See, because the Ojas instability or Ojas anavastita, the reason even our acharyas have not explained why it can happen. But when such divine happening is happening, it is, the lady should not get disturbed, nor a lady should, disturb the fetus, in this matter is what has been explained. Okay, but why this Ojas Anavastita happens? Again, nobody knows. No, that's the reason why no planet also is being explained in this month, in the 8th month in astrology.
And request from Meena Kalsi, will you be doing more sessions for childhood?
Well, exactly. At present, as I'm a professor in Ayurvedic college, I'm definitely not doing. But definitely, later, if in this COVID time again, yes, if somebody wishes for, I think we can definitely go with the help of the Tadvidya Sambhasha team once again.
Yes, ma'am. You can. And from Samit Pundagol, can you please post Navagraha mantra again?
Yeah, doctor, please. I think somebody want to take a screenshot of the Navagraha mantra. Can definitely take it.
We'll be sharing again.
Yeah, please. You can share that again, and I think most of the other participants also can take the help of taking a screenshot of it, please. I think, yeah, they should be fine for a time that they have taken for taking a screenshot, doctor.
Yes, ma'am. Any more queries?
See, the only thing is, nobody, really believes in such aspect because nobody knows, because nobody is practicing. But it's only the good astrologers, because I have practiced astrology and taken a diploma course from a Sanskritam University of Bangalore. So I know the schools which are teaching are definitely giving a good knowledge, the true knowledge for the people. And so the people who are using the astrology knowledge really knows by teaching a Garbhini these mantras how really beneficial they are, in having a healthy pregnancy and in having a the healthy child also. So a lot of research has been done, in the Japan and in other countries, and even in the music school of, I think, the Chennai or somewhere, it's been said. So the lady who has been trained with the music and other aspects, their children, when they are coming for the follow-up of next upcoming sessions, they're extremely wonderful, understanding the language of the other people or even the mother. And they're very sober and subordinate for their parents, and they're a very smooth and a calm child, and smooth going life is theirs. But we have seen some children who are totally restless and, the arrogant and very rough. So such should not be the condition. So definitely we should start believing our own culture. Let us not, fall for it. But as I tell, yes, using a good knowledge for the good purpose should never be, harmful. So we should definitely start trying this. Just one simple mantra can definitely change the life in a much better way of both the pregnant lady and a fetus. We should definitely help the children. At least the next upcoming generations, so that, and I was just seeing in the recent WhatsApp study that, after the diabetes and hypertension or a stroke, the third place was there for COVID, and, the fourth place was there for the suicide. I don't know how far it is true, but this suicidal tendency and the child becoming very weak, all such things can be stopped. It is a responsibility of a mother to give an excellent sattva to a child.
Ma'am, and question from Dr. Swati Agarwal. Ma'am, where can we learn authentic astrology?
Doctor, I don't know you are in which place exactly, but in Bangalore there are one or two schools that, not one or two, that there are a few schools in Bangalore, probably even in other other states also, wherein when we have got a seminars, we have seen that from other places also they have come for the lectures. So they are giving they're taking a classes every weekends, every Sunday, and it's not that just a blind certificate that they give. They also do conduct exam in a sincere way, and we have to take an exam from the Sanskritam University of the government of Karnataka, okay, in Bangalore. We can definitely write the exam in English also. So that should be definitely authentic, right? So they cannot give a fake knowledge and give a certificate like that so easily from the government too.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hope there are not much more questions regarding these aspects, because it is all just the knowledge sharing. That's all, right? So not a real more practice. It is not a practical session. So I don't think more queries will be there. Yeah, just see, and then I think we can take a break.
Yeah, ma'am. I think no more questions. And if there are any questions, we'll forward you to your email. We'll clarify in the email itself.
Sure, definitely. Yeah. You can put that my friend's screen back again, and anybody can take a screenshot of that, and definitely I would like to help them.
Yeah.
Okay, the first slide, so that they can take my mail, and definitely it's a pleasure to help them back. Yeah. So at least just to conclude once again. So along with the simple Navagraha mantras that I've said, at least the simple this single drug Kshirapaka that's been explained in Ayurveda also should be encouraged more for the pregnant lady, and also to take more of the milk, ghee, and then the butter. Right, it's not more in the quantity, again, as I said, not too much in quantity, but otherwise as per the real requirement, because the present generation has got a wrong notion that ghee, milk can put them on weight. So it's a very wrong concept, doctor. I would like to stress here, because my flute master is 99 years old now, and my my elderly Mosi, the cousin Rodama, is again the bigger mother is 86 years, and my own mother is 75 years, and they are all on a daily basis of grutha and kshira. There's 2 glasses of milk per day, and the little of butter, along with the idli and the dosa when we prepare with the chutney, and with the sambar that we definitely take, and at least 1 to 2 spoons of ghee. I have seen them taking since many long years, and we are all staying and leading a very healthy life, but definitely we have not put on weight. So I really regret and feel sorry for the people who tell that the milk and ghee will put on weight. Of course, not too much, or not the sweets prepared out of ghee too much again. Otherwise, just a homemade ghee, wherein we can just keep the milk cream every day in the fridge, and maybe after a week or 10 days we can just take that, add little curds, keep it overnight, just like we keep it for the curds, and it can be churned, with in the mixer or with the churner, and we get a butter. See, so that every 10 days once we can keep it in a fridge, and then and when you boil it, the ghee is ready. See, this homemade ghee. So for that, we can add a little turmeric also. We can add a little ginger also, or we can add a little, the betel leaf also. into that. Or that little amsha, whatever it releases, into the ghee, also should help as a, as an antibiotic ghee or as an appetizer ghee, whatever it is. So definitely, and we can see nowadays, in the COVID time also, what they're explaining, take the golden milk. So otherwise, this wouldn't have been advised for the whole lot of the world, right? So I definitely wish it is not only for the Garbhini, but for all of us. Yes, it is not a very thick milk again, but adding water to that. So milk twice a day, at least half a glass or 1 glass, and 1 to 2 spoons of ghee, and at least weekly once or twice the navanita or a butter. Because it is also said the navanita, even in the arshas, okay, as a medicine, along with the other ingredients. So such things should not occur. And that is the reason why generally Indians also doesn't land up with the more of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's as we see in the Western countries. It is only because more of the milk, ghee, and then but the healthy ones, definitely, yes, that's it. Okay. So my flute master still takes classes at the age of 99. He takes flute class even now. He plays flute even now. How would that be possible? So I have seen him since 25 years. So it is possible. Okay. So our own elders are our own guide. Okay. And our own textbooks are the apta, which we have to believe. So yes, I sincerely advise and share. Happy to share my knowledge, and yeah, I pray for everyone that sarve janaha sukhino bhavantu.
And another from Lakshmi, which medicine is safe for constipation during pregnancy?
Simple Triphala Churna should help. If Churna is not palatable, Triphala tablet should definitely help. Or a simple small banana twice a day eating also should help her. The more of fiber food, right? The fiber should definitely help in the easy, the evacuation of the bowels, because that helps in the easy peristaltic movement of the intestine.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. We'll be waiting for the next session, that is on 24th. We request all delegates to join the session on 24th. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, we have got the Vyadikshamatva, the immunity, again, Ayurveda versus astrology. So how exactly the both have been explained, and in the COVID, we can really use this knowledge, will be shared. Thank you, doctor. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Namaste.
No.